Hey friends, it's JayRy. Thanks for coming back to the channel. It is JayRyWorld right here on Instagram and on YouTube. And take a look at all the family of channels. It's JayRyWorld Disney, JayRyWorld Costa Rica, music, JayRyWorld reviews from all those hotels and things like that as well. So take a look, see if any of the other channels interest you. Today, coming to you from Anaheim, California at Disney California Adventure. And we're going to be talking about the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. You may be saying, wait a minute, I was just at that park. There's no Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Well, there was. It was the second one that ever was built by Disney. And sadly, it was the first one that was removed. They removed the story, but the ride structure remains today, and it is now themed to Guardians of the Galaxy. So there's a couple of really special things about this ride. It was done quickly because Disney California Adventure needed help, needed some more population to come in the turnstiles, and so they quickly built this ride. It is not as elaborate as the one in Florida. The one in Florida is pretty amazing. It's bigger. This one they built quickly. It was fantastic, but now it's gone. It was there from 2004 to 2017, if I remember correctly. So a lot of these photographs and videos are from the goodbye. And you'll actually notice at times that the pictures, the whole tower is covered because they were already trying to start the renovations because they really wanted to get that Marvel layover as quickly as they could. So even when the ride was still running, they closed it, or they covered it. And as you can see, that the screen doors that open were uncovered. So anyway, it was kind of bizarre the way they took this out so fast. But anyway, this is Memories of Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Enjoy.
Hollywood Tower Hotel. I'm sorry, we don't have any vacancies. When will we? Let me check. It seems you're in luck. Something just opened up.
The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Drop in if you dare.
Now, to me, that was one of the most intriguing commercials I have ever seen Disney do, and I've been watching Disney for a long time. That was so good, wasn't it? I know for myself, one of the things that I loved about this ride is that from the minute you step in the lobby, it's just full of detail and Easter eggs, and it just creates this unbelievable sense of dread of like, what is coming? And such a great job they did with it. And as you can see here, we caught a little glimpse of a ghost walking by.
One stormy night long ago, 5 people stepped through the door of an elevator and into a nightmare. That door is opening once again, but this time, it's opening for you.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Hollywood, 1939. Amid the glitz and the glitter of a bustling young movie town at the height of its golden age, the Hollywood Tower Hotel was a star in its own right, a beacon for the show business elite. Now, something is about to happen that will change all that. The time is now. on an evening very much like the one we have just witnessed. Tonight's story in the Twilight Zone is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. This, as you may recognize, is a maintenance service elevator, still in operation, waiting for you. We invite you, if you dare, to step aboard because in tonight's episode, you are the star. And this elevator travels directly to the Twilight Zone.
You could always tell if you were watching that pre-show with Disney regulars because they would all say the Twilight Zone in unison with the television screen. Didn't catch that on this one, but that whole room where you're in the lobby and they're setting the stage again of what's going to happen. Like, Disney is known for their storytelling, while you're waiting in line. But I feel like this took it to a whole nother level. Like, I can't think of maybe, now with, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, maybe they did that level again. But this storytelling was just terrifying, and it was so well done. It was like they spared no expense and went to every level to tell this terrifying story, and it was so cool.
You were the passengers in a most uncommon elevator, about to take the strangest journey of your lives. Your destination unknown. But this much is clear. A reservation has been made in your name for an extended stay.
Version of Tower of Terror.
What are you having your ears for? You can't hear it. Okay, wait, we gotta do this.
Just gonna put it in my pocket.
Wave goodbye to the real world. For you have just entered the Twilight Zone. Your destination unknown, but this much is clear. A reservation has been made in your name for an extended stay. Wave goodbye to the real world. You have just entered the Twilight Zone. What happened here to dim the lights of Hollywood's brightest showplace is about to unfold once again. Long ago, 5 people stepped through the door of an elevator and into a nightmare. That door is opening once again, but this time, it's opening for you. check into a deserted hotel on the dark side of Hollywood, make sure you know just what kind of vacancy you're filling, or you may find yourself a permanent resident in the Twilight Zone.
Did you know there was a dead body buried in the closet once you get off the ride? So we're looking at the dead body in the Tower of Terror that's about to disappear. Put the light on it. Oh, there's somebody buried behind there. Oh my God, it's scary. How come you girls aren't scared? Nobody looks scared. Dead body, nobody's scared. So if you hadn't experienced the ride, the cool thing is that when you get off the ride, the theming continues. You're in the back hallways of the hotel. And then you see your picture, and then you come into the hotel gift shop, which is, of course, the Disney gift shop, but it's all perfectly still themed for the hotel. Like, it never ends with how much they put into this. So one more cool effect here as you exit the ride. Well, actually, you could see it as you entered the ride too, but the sign said, the Hollywood Tower Hotel. But of course, the Twilight Zone sign overtook it gradually, as you can see here. And just, again, another really great effect. So sad that this ride is gone from California, because of course, this is the only location that was actually close to Hollywood, the actual story that it could fit. But they do have it still in other places in the world. They have it in Paris, they have it in Japan, they have it in Florida. I did just go to Paris, and so I am going to show you a little bit of how the one in Paris is different, because the cool thing about Paris is, even though it's a clone of the one that they built in Anaheim, they all are a little different. And the one in Paris is a little more, a little darker. Like the girl inside it is really kind of possessed and little evil. So take a look at some of this footage from Paris, where the ride lives on.
Beyond it is another dimension.
So again, the Disney magic just shows you that even when it's the same ride, it's not. Like they completely gave it a different feel in Paris with the little girl being the star of the show and being like extra creepy. I have like tons of footage from Paris, so you can check out those other videos if you're into it as well about Twilight Zone and the whole park, you know. So as cool as that is, then we get back to Anaheim, which, which is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror that they closed, the only one that they closed, and they made it into Guardians of the Galaxy. And I was very reluctant when I heard this announcement, but I do have to say, like, after riding this Guardians of the Galaxy many times now, like, I love this one too. I wish I had both. And so technically you do have both because you have it at other parks, but you know, traveling across the world to ride Twilight Zone is not that great. But it's still available, and Guardians is a one of a kind, which is so cool. Check it out.
Drax the Destroyer. Ah! That is correct. Got his name right.
Basketball is here? Hi there.
Welcome to all the way through that office to the right hand side.
I am not the daughter of Thanos!
Suppose it's half glass.
Hey,
you keep it down over there. My dear friends, this is the moment you have been waiting for. The rocket unplugs you and starts things right. Now show me those hands, people. You got clearance. Let's roll. Okay. The controller. Let's roll it, sucker. Hey, stop! I should hit this hard. Is that Disneyland? Oh, this is so cool! Well, what happens if I push this button? Power restore.
So there's a dose of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, which is the standalone ride they have now at Avengers Campus, Disney California Adventure Anaheim. I don't have ride footage of it, as you saw, so I just gave you some visuals of it. But it's a great ride. You know, again, I still love Tower of Terror. Obviously, that was the purpose of this video. So to me, there is no comparison, and I'm so glad that Tower of Terror lives on in other places. Sad that it's not in Anaheim anymore, but that's okay. You know, Disney moves on, and they do, create new and great attractions. Anybody who says that, Guardians is a disappointment compared to Tower, I mean, that's your opinion, but I don't believe that. I think that they really did an amazing job with it. But yeah, you choose whichever one, is better for you, or enjoy them both as I do. Anyway, it is JayRy right here on Instagram and on YouTube. It's JayRyWorld. Check out all the channels. Thanks for being here, and I'll make another video soon.
The next time you check into a deserted hotel on the dark side of Hollywood, make sure you know just what kind of vacancy you're filling, or you may find yourself a permanent resident of the Twilight Zone.